So Steffen, tell us about the launches that have happened, the particular launches that has happened, if you would want us to brief on that.
Yeah, sure. We actually launched 3 new SUVs. Yeah. We launched the TechCircle, which is a fully built unit which we're going to launch in the next 2 to 3 months here in India. Then we showcased our new Tiguan Allspace, which is a long wheelbase version of our Tiguan 5-seater. You can get up to 7 seats there. You have a lot of luggage capability. It's a really premium luxury vehicle. And then our highlight of the show was obviously we presented our first India 2.0 project, which is the Volkswagen Tiguan, which you see over there, which is a compact SUV only manufactured for India.
Okay, and any specific e-vehicle launches, e-mobility launches that you could explain us?
Now, we're actually sitting here in the ID.CROZZ, which is an electric vehicle. Yeah. So what we intend to do with this concept, is just to kind of understand what are the needs and what is the, let's say, the feedback of our potential customers for that. And following that, we have to decide what we're going to do with the EV strategy. We are, as a company, as you might know, investing around 33 billion euros around the world in electrification. We have actually signed the Paris Environmental Treaty as a company in 2015 to become carbon neutral in 2050. So, and we believe that to reach this, we have to go electric. So our plan is to roll out only for the Volkswagen brand until 2029, 20 new vehicles. And we are investing for Volkswagen only 11 billion euros into this technology. So we are ready, but we have to see how does this concept fit into the Indian landscape and how do our customers here react to this concept.
I was just about to ask, how prepared do you think India is for such, e-cars?
Sure, I think we have to give credit to the government. They have a clear vision. They have also created a kind of a framework how they want to reach that vision. But obviously we are far away from launching it. You have to see, in Germany we have around 14,000 charging stations, and Germany is much smaller, and it's by far not enough for an electrified country. In India we have 325. So the level of infrastructure, it required, is not available. On top of it, electrification only makes sense when the energy you develop and you provide is done out of non-fossil resources. Excuse me. And in India it's 70% coal, which is providing the energy. So the CO2 balance doesn't fit.
Mm-hmm. Competition-wise, like the others who are launching e-vehicles alongside Volkswagen, who do you think is a more threat sort of thing?
I don't consider competition as a threat. I consider them as a challenge to provide more value to our customers. Yeah? I think every competitor who's launching a new product is helping the industry because it moves the interest of the consumers to our industry. Yeah? I believe that our cars are better than the competition. We have the best quality, the highest safety standards, and my point of view, best fun to drive. Competitors are also building nice cars. So for me, it's not a threat or something. I think it's a competition to deliver the best value to our customers.
And what about charging? Because what I have been talking to companies, and the biggest challenge they say with respect to EVs have been the charging stations. So how prepared this particular vehicle is safe for charging stations?
This car, in 20 minutes you charge it up to 80%. Yeah? It has a range of more than 500 kilometers. Charging, it must be, the best is that you have a high charging facility. We don't have it in India, so it's not there. So charging is definitely one of the biggest problems. Yeah, the whole infrastructure, you have to change the complete model inside your head when you go into electrification. Electrification is definitely the solution to reduce the carbon footprint of our industry. We know this is the most efficient powertrains what you can have in the industry today in its energy balance. But you have to see it in a holistic way. Yeah, so if you produce this energy with fossil energy providers, it's not going to work out. Because then you do it on the other side. On the other end, if you're not giving to these vehicles the necessary form of connectivity, it's also not working. So electrification really needs to be thought through in a 360 way. Also governmental-wise, a electric vehicle at the moment, if you compare it to an internal combustion engine, if you're not subsidizing, will never be a positive business case for a customer. It will be always more clever to use, let's say, a nice TSI engine, yeah, because the level of total cost of ownership, what you save, yeah, will be always eaten up by the on-top price, and therefore it's not a business case. We ask Indian customers with internal studies, are you prepared to purchase an electric vehicle? They say definitely. 85% are prepared. That is the highest level in the world, to be honest. Yeah. Then the second question you ask, are you prepared to pay more for this car? And the Indian customers say, no, why should I? Yeah. Yeah, makes sense for Indians, surely, but you have to also ask yourself, are you not responsible for your environment too? Yeah. But the development state India is in, you are more, let's say, focused on your individual life, your individual prosperity, rather than the complete social picture. And it's normal. No, if you look in Germany, a lot of people are having a lot of property. They're living quite a decent life. You have a nice social security network. Yeah. So when you go in India, I don't know, 60 in pension, there's nothing there. We have a pension system. Yeah. So you're naturally first thinking on your normal needs and demands rather than thinking on the global picture. But there are customers who say, I'm prepared to pay more if I can support the environmental situation.
There are quite less of them. Do you think incentivizing them in any other sort of way could, help people adopt? Customer adoption in EV would go up.
If you look at Norway is the shiny star in electrification. Did they do it because all these Norwegians love their environment? No. They gave a huge amount of subsidies from the government. You have advantages like a fast lane in the streets where only electrified cars can drive. You have free parking spaces. Your charging is free of cost. So it's a 360-degree approach of this government to push customers into this sort of a form of electrification. And if you ask my colleagues now from Norway, Volkswagen Norway, they don't want any internal combustions anymore. They only want electric cars. Because already now, as we speak, 65% of the new cars are electrified cars. But it really depends on the complete 360 approach. You will not get this flying without subsidies. In Germany, at the moment, the customer who purchases electric vehicle gets 6,000 euros subvention. 6,000.
So maybe there should be some policy changes or regulations.
You have in India, for commercial purposes, you get 150,000 rupees support as a customer, yeah, but only for commercial purposes, yeah. And still, if you look what the on cost of a normal price is, you are talking about 500,000 rupees on cost. So the customer needs to drive a lot to get this total cost back into the equation. So it is really a matter of subsidies to get it rolling, because then you get also the demand, and the demand then triggers the cost sale down. Yeah, that's the reason why we at Volkswagen have decided to have electric cars on one platform. Not that like the others take an existing platform and modify it. We have a platform that's only for electric cars, and which we want to scale up. So we have already now cooperation partners who are going to take this platform, like Ford Motor Company, for instance, and to use our platform. We kind of set a standard in electrification, yeah. And with this, we're going to go big in scale, and then you automatically reduce the cost, and the economies of scale come into place, and then it's going to adjust its prices to a combustion level. But this will take place, and it needs the push to go there, because customer is a rational person, like you said. He cares about the environment, but only to the extent that it doesn't mean cost for it.
Yeah, it shouldn't cost my pocket.
Better the other one.
So yeah, when can we expect the launch of this concept here, the ID.CROZZ?
Well, like I said, we test it, yeah, and then we have to define the strategy, how we want to tackle it, if we tackle it. So there's no timing yet there. Because our priority is to get the volume cars localized to the highest degree. We are today running with a localization degree of 80%. We have to move it up to more than 90%. That's coming with a Volkswagen Tiguan. And then we can get into volumes, because we can make our nice quality, safety, fun to drive accessible for a wider range of